Okay, this is our last video over identities, and this one will cover product to sum and sum to product identities. Oops, looks like I've got that one where it shouldn't be, but so let's first establish what these are. So the sine of alpha times the sine of beta, we can rewrite that as 1/2 times the cosine of alpha minus beta minus the cosine of alpha plus beta. And again, you will have these on the exam. And then for the cosine of alpha times the cosine of beta, that's the same thing as 1/2 times the cosine of alpha minus beta plus the cosine of alpha plus beta. And then for the sine of alpha times the cosine of beta, that is 1/2 times the sine of alpha plus beta plus the sine of alpha minus beta. If you want to see any of the proofs for where these came from, your book has great steps in how to do these. So if we had to express this product as a sum containing only sines or cosines, so we can see here this is going to match up with using this first identity here. So we've got our alpha is going to be 3 theta, our beta, you don't need to normally write this, but I'm just going to write it just so you can kind of see where these are coming from, is 7 theta. Okay, so I could rewrite this as 1/2 times the cosine of 3 theta minus 7 theta minus the cosine of 3 theta plus 7 theta, which then goes into 1/2 times the cosine of negative 4 theta minus the cosine of 10 theta. And remember that cosine is an even function, so that negative can just leave. And we're left 10 theta with that. All right, let's look at another example. Express all of these as either sines or cosines. So if we're looking at this one, here's our formulas. Wanted to have these nice and handy for you. So this is going to match up with the second formula here. So our alpha is theta, our beta is 5 theta. So this can be expressed as 1/2 times the cosine of theta minus 5 theta plus the cosine of theta plus 5 theta, which is 1/2 times the cosine of negative 4 theta plus the cosine of 6 theta. And again, that negative we can just get rid of because the cosine is an even function. And we are left with this. So now if we had to do the same thing, and now we're dealing with some half angle formulas. There's our alpha, there's our beta. So this is going to match up with this third formula. So that's going to equal 1/2 times the sine of alpha plus beta plus the sine of alpha minus beta, which then gives me 1/2 times the sine of 6 theta over 2 plus the sine of negative 4 theta over 2, which is the sine of 3 theta plus the sine of negative 2 theta. And since the sine is an odd function, I can take that negative that's on the inside and just pull it out in front. And there we go.